band scores which are below 7. First floor, Golden Plaza, TP Junction, Manjapura Road, Gamali. Hi everyone, how goes your Ielts preparation? How you obtained your dream score 7? Or still it's a tough nut? Why you are keeping silence? Tell me how you obtained a band score that you need to be in your dream country, in your dream destination. Your silence is the answer. How many times have you appeared for this exam? 5 times? 10 times? 15 times? 20 times? Yes, there are students who have appeared for this exam 20 times. How did you come to know that you were knowledgeable enough to obtain a band 7? By your trainer? Where your schooling was in a reputed English medium school? Your schooling or your higher studies, was in a reputed college or institution. You might be eligible to obtain a band 7. Anyway, this video tutorial will open your eyes. If you can be with me till this video ends, definitely it will open your eyes. This video really makes you understand what you're lacking, what you need further to just have this disturbing 7. We can just confirm whether you are eligible to bag a band 7. Please be with me. Many of you have been to many Ielts centers. While watching this video, you can just compare the method which we use to make you get 7 and the method they use to make you get 7. You know that the difficult module is writing. That's why we focus on it much. Again, through this video, you can see what you should do in the second part of speaking section. Again, we discuss reading module and listening module. When you watch this video, what you have to keep in your mind that, it's not complete, it's incomplete. Really, you accept us after watching this video. Don't forget to call us. Don't forget to send messages to us. We have many solutions to make you get 7. We have online classes, we have other video tutorials. For more details, you can visit our, Facebook page, British Virus. If you want our direct class, you can come to our institution. If you want to watch more videos, you can find us on other video social network sites. Now you know which is so common for getting videos. Find us on such a video sites. British Virus, corrupting the band scores which are below 7. First floor, Golden Plaza, TP Junction, Manjapura Road, Gamali. When you can say that you are eligible to obtain a band 6.5. Looking at the ball, if you say the color of the ball is white, you might be thinking this is what enough for getting a 6.5. What's happening now? Seeing this, what would you say? If you are eligible to get 6.5, you would say, now the color of the ball is becoming red. When the color was changing, seeing the football, if you say now the color of the ball is becoming red, yes, you have the language. Now you have used the 2 sentences looking at the ball. What would be the next sentence? After the changes, that's what really tells you whether you are eligible to get 6.5 or 7. If you say, see, the color of the ball is red. Now we have created 3 sentences looking at the ball. The first one was, the color of the ball is white. Then the color was changing. At that time, what did you say? The color of the ball is becoming red. Now the third sentence is, see, the color of the ball is red. If your third sentence is this, that is, the color of the ball is red, you are eligible to get maximum 6.5. That means it shows what you have in English. Please keep these 3 sentences in your mind. The color of the ball is white. The color of the ball is becoming red. The color of the ball is red now. Okay. If you are eligible to get a band 7, what would be your expressions looking at the same ball? In the same situation, you would use different sentences. Do you want to see those sentences? First sentence would be the same. There is no difference. The color of the ball is white. And the second one might be, if you have enough knowledge, in English. Your sentence might be seeing the color changing. Your sentence might be this. Now the color is being red. It doesn't mean that you can use now the color is becoming red. Of these two sentences, which is the common one? No, the color is becoming red. That means there are many students who can say, now the color is becoming red. But at the same time, if you can say, the color is being red, maybe it's a rare pattern. If you use such patterns in your speaking, in your writing, that enhances the beauty of your language. And the last sentence, that is the most important one. In the case of second sentence, both can be acceptable. Fine. What you're going to see next, that's what really makes the examiner feel that you are eligible to get 7. Can we see that? Yes. It has been red. The color of the ball is red. You are eligible to get 6.5 or 6. But if you say, see, it has been red. Why have you used has been red? Because you saw the changes. It doesn't mean that considering only this sentence you can have 7. But a student who uses such a patterns, just like it has been read, he knows the language. Whatever he writes, whatever he speaks would have, such structures. It is read. You know the meaning of is. Because it's so common. But here the sentence is, it has been read. My question, why there is been? Why there is has? What does the word has do in that sentence? What does the word been do in that sentence? Do you know it? Have you been taught such structures in your grammar class? Why I am showing all these? You must feel where you are. I will give you one more example. Do you know what you see on the screen? It's a water tank. Now there is a sentence, tank is empty. When the changes happen, there would be some sentences on the screen. Just see it. Just back we have had the same structures. Before it was with the ball, but now it is with the water tank. Yes, this is water English. We can have one more example. You are eligible to get a band 6.5 if the boy says, I have a chicken pox, and you say that it's a right sentence. The next is, you are eligible to get a band 6.5 when the boy says, I had chicken pox, and you say that this sentence is right. Why? Because there is no chicken pox. Right. Looking at the picture, if you agree that these sentences are right, you are eligible to get a band 6.5. In the first picture, there are some red boils, or some red bubbles, so that you would say, yes, he has chicken pox. And in the second picture and in the third picture, there is no chicken pox. For both pictures, you say that we can use I had chicken pox. If you think that these expressions can be used for both the pictures, second and third picture, you are eligible to get a 6.5. But in the second picture, before it was, I had chicken pox. But here, seeing this picture, a person who is eligible to get a band 7 wouldn't say that I had chicken pox. He would say, or she would say, the boy has had a chicken pox. But here, for this picture, we have used have and had together. Why? You must know it. It's a beautiful pattern. Have you ever used in your speaking or in your writing have and had together? If you don't know the function of have in the sentence, if you don't know the function of had in this sentence, that means you are limited. I can beautifully teach you all this, don't worry about it. You know the meaning of have in Malayalam? You know the meaning of had in Malayalam? If you know the meaning, it is very easy to understand why we have and had together in this sentence. Had means there's no issues. He's alright. That means he's not a patient now. But have is there. Why have is there? To show that the result still he's carrying in the present. What is the result? You can just see some black spots. For that black spots, we are using have, but it's over, got cured, so we used had. But in the third picture, there is no black spot, completely cured. Now he's perfectly alright. So we don't have, only had is enough. Now he's not carrying the result, so that we have taken the have away. I hope it's clear now. How you can beautify your essay and speaking by using such stretches according to the situations. Really, it enhances the beauty of your language. These videos are just for making you feel what you are lacking. I can teach you all this well. I do believe in such a way I have prepared my grammar class. If you want to have its explanation in Malayalam, we have videos. You can contact us. If you are eligible to get 7, your language would be like this. Seeing these 3 photos, looking at the first picture, you would say he has chicken pox. Looking at the second picture, he has had chicken pox. Looking at the third one, he had chicken pox. Someone thinks that they know grammar. They sit in the grammar class for 1 month, sometimes 2 months, and they feel themselves that they know grammar. Actually, what they know? They are rushing to be in the pre-exam batch. They are rushing to be in the exam batch again and taking the data and getting 5.5 or 6. Feeling that they are something egoistic, Oh. Now what you see on the screen is a line graph. If you think that you know grammar, if you think that you are eligible to get 7, can you just paraphrase consumption of fast food in the UK? Can you just say it in a different way? Can you make different expressions without changing the meaning? Can you make at least 3? Anyway, when you describe this graph, you cannot use consumption of fast food in the UK. If you use the same, definitely they will give you a low band score, right? Therefore, you need to have a duplication of it, just to try to make an expression which can be replaced with consumption of fast food in the UK. Are you able to do it? Tell me. If you are knowledgeable enough to get 7, you would make it. If you can't, we have solutions. Just we can see the graph shows the amount of fast food eaten in the UK. The graph shows the intake of fast food in the UK. The amount of fast food consumed in the UK. The amount of fast food consumed by British people. The amount of fast food consumed by British citizens. The fast food consumption of British citizens. The consumption of 3 categories of fast food. The changes in consumption of fast food. The changes in consumption of 3 types of fast food: pizza, fish and chips, and hamburger. If I try, I can make more and more. There are 2 printers. One is black and white, one is color. The first printer can produce only black and white prints because it's a black and white printer, and the second one produces color print because it's a color printer. Your brain is just same as this black and white printer and color printer. You are getting only 6.5. That means your brain is just like a black and white printer. A student who is getting a 7, his brain is just like a color printer. That means what? See, you are producing lots of prints and waiting for the color pen. Since you had a dream to work in an English-speaking country, you have been producing hundreds of black and white prints. That means 6 band essays to have a color print. Color print means a 7 band essay. When you have a black and white print, it doesn't have any problem. It can be used. Why we don't have black and white television? Because we have color television. Everyone wants to see their favorite programs on color screen. Same way, to give you 7, your examiner wants a color print. That means without color if you produce, you will be getting a band score just below 7. You are producing, you are writing hundreds of essays, but all essays are black and white. Do you think that at the end you will have a color print? One day a student, when he joined, he brought me the essays written by him when he was in another institution. When they produce black and white essays, the teacher, the trainer should tell them how to add the color. Otherwise, it will never be a 7-band essay. You will never be able to have a colorful print or essay unless and until you add colors to the printer or to the brain. Color means, just back I taught you what is the color of your band 7 essay. That is, have and had together, has been, have been, might have been, may have been, might have had, may have had. Have you ever used such patterns? See, my dear friends, you are writing in many essays which can have a 6 or 6.5. Do you think that without adding colors, without learning some new structures, just like which I have taught you back, without those structures, will you be able to get a 7? First, know the colors of a band 7. First, you know the color of a band 7 and add those colors to your brain, to your printer. Add colors, add a has been, add a have been, add a might have been, add a could have been, add being done, add to be done, add to have been done. Yes, have you ever used the to have been, third form of the verb? Have you ever used such patterns in your speaking? These are the colors of band 7. Add the color. Once you have added colors, definitely it's sure that you will be producing colorful essays. Just like this, what will be coming out would be colorful essays. Can you understand? You need guidance to add these colors. If you think that your essays are lacking colors, please come to me, get the colors. No matter how many essays are written by you. You may write 100, someone may write 200 essays before they take the exam. If you don't improve in between, whatever you write would be same. There wouldn't be any difference. Without attending the grammar class. The grammar class means it is not just learning tenses. It is not just learning parts of speech. It is not just learning degree of comparison, but more than that. Continue watching. You will see what are the colors of a band 7 essay. I am teaching you many things in this video itself, so that please don't stop watching it. I hope you would be with me till the video ends.
British virus corrupting the band scores which are below 7. First floor, Golden Plaza, TP Junction, Manjapura Road, Gamali.
So here we are going to discuss a task 2 question and just see what really makes you in trouble. Okay. Yes, the question is on the screen. I hope many of you have done it before. To know what really you are on this journey, you have to do it again. So please take your book and pencil and start writing. The question is, in some countries, the average weight of people is increasing and their levels of health and fitness are decreasing. What do you think are the causes of these problems and what measures could be taken to solve them? If we don't know what to write in this essay, if we don't know how to form the body paragraphs of this essay, this video doesn't suit for that. If you want to know it, call us, contact us, send messages to us to get the videos which are describing all this. Take 40 minutes to complete this essay and come back to the screen again. I will wait for you. Okay. I hope all of you are sitting in front of me, in front of the screen with a written essay, right? Can we just go through the same essay written by a student before we discuss why you are always given a low band score, especially for writing? Can we? Yes. This is the introduction paragraph of this essay. What you have to do here is just compare your introduction paragraph with this introduction paragraph. If you feel that you can write a paragraph like this, no need to watch the rest of the video. You can stop watching and start practicing. Just we can read it. In the past, many people in different parts of the world were physically fit and had a long lifespan. Whereas in the present day, it is quite rare for people not to be fleshy or obese. As a result, many individuals have been diabetic and have had high blood pressure. From my perspective, the main reason for this serious issue is the inactive lifestyles that people habituate and the intake of food that contains lots of fat contents. This problem can be resolved by just being vigilant in terms of what should be eaten and leading a thoughtful lifestyle. This paragraph can have only 7 or 7.5, not more than that. And if you are not able to write a paragraph like this, are you able to obtain 7? If you think that you are not sufficient enough to write a paragraph like this, how can you take date? What are you lacking? Tell me, what do you lack? Anyway, you have compared your essay with this essay and came to know what you are lacking. Grammar? You might be thinking that you know grammar. What's grammar? Learning some tenses, do you think that you can have 7? Learning just parts of speech, do you think that you can have 7? For getting 7, this is what the grammar. People are misguided. Learning language of comparison. Can you write good English? You were born with such an intelligence and still you don't know how to feel what you are lacking. You must understand. Come on sitting in the grammar class for 2 months or 1 month and feeling yourself that you know everything, and you are going to exam batch or you are going to pre-exam batch and start writing without the fundamental aspects of grammar. Just back I have shown you an essay. Are you using any of the structures used to by that student in your essay? Be with me, I will show you what's grammar. Can you be with me till this video ends? Again, we have the introduction paragraph of this essay on the screen. And we can take the first sentence to know what really you are on the journey. First sentence itself a compound complex sentence. Do you know how to make it? Do you know what is a complex sentence? What is a compound sentence? What is a compound complex sentence? If you don't know what is compound complex sentence, how can you write this first sentence? You are saying that you know grammar. That's why you are rushing to sit in exam batch or pre-exam batch without knowing what is complex sentence. I am not degrading you. We have solution. Please believe me. Trust me. The sentence which you have on the screen is a compound complex sentence. So which is the next sentence? As a result, many individuals have been diabetic and have had high blood pressure. And again, it is a compound sentence. You may write only simple sentences, right? No complex, no compound, and waiting for 7. You might have been in many grammar classes. Have you been taught all these there? If you can say that it's a beautiful introduction, why it has been beautiful? Because started with a compound complex sentence and followed by a compound sentence. Take that sentence again. As a result, many individuals have been diabetic and have had high blood pressure. Have been diabetic. Do you know what idea it contains? Do you know what it conveys? Have been diabetic? Do you know the meaning of it? Have you ever used the have been plus adjective form Have you ever used have and had together? And you are saying that you know grammar? Tell me, to get 7, we need such class patterns. Such verb patterns we need. You might write like this. As a result, many individuals are. Instead of have been diabetic, you may write are diabetic. And instead of have had, you just write have. I do admit that you can write like that. But have been and have had. That is what really makes this essay beautiful. Come to the next sentence. From my perspective, the main reason for this serious issue is the inactive lifestyles that people habituate. Again that clause. This problem can be resolved. It is in passive voice. Being vigilant. Do you know the meaning of being vigilant? Do you know how to use being in your essay? I hope now you understand why you are not getting 7. Don't stop watching it now knowing all this. Be with me. Continue watching. This video will give you an answer whether it is simple or difficult. To write a complex sentence, to write a compound sentence, whether it is difficult or not, to know it, just continue watching. Okay. We can take the first sentence again and we can just operate it. The first phrase is in the past. That is a time phrase. It shows time, so it is known as time phrase. And you have a compound sentence. You know how it is constructed. What is the subject of this sentence? It's a simple question. Can you separate the subject of this sentence? Many people in different parts of the world. That is the subject of this sentence. Not just people. Now here the subject is written using 8 words. Do you know how to expand the subject? Many ways you can expand a subject to give more clarity. Yes, there are many ways. Do you know how to expand the subject using pre-modifiers and post-modifiers? Do you know what is a pre-modifier? Do you know what is a post-modifier? Without knowing these, how you can expand a sentence, how you can have 250 words in your essay. Knowing all this, what I want to say here, don't be hopeless. I haven't taught you anything. Many people in different parts of the world. This is the subject of the first sentence written in the essay. This subject is written using 8 words. Among those words, which is the head, which is the word that has prime importance? I would say that is the head. Here it is people. We have other 7 words in this subject to give more clarity to the people. So you must know how to expand the subject. When learning grammar, just use he, she, I, they, we. These are the subjects you use. As many comes before people, it is called the pre-modifier. In different parts of the world comes just after people, so that it is known as post-modifier. Pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. I hope you are very confused. Anyway, here we learn how to expand the subject using pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. There are many verb patterns in English. Here is the common one, subject, verb, object. Here I am not going to talk about SVO, but only the subject. Later we will see what is verb and object, okay? In this video itself we will see it. What do you see just under subject? It has now 3 parts: pre-modifier, head and prepositional phrase. Normally what comes to your mind is head. And here we are going to expand your head using pre-modifier and using a post-modifier. Here the post-modifier is prepositional phrase. There are around 22 ways which can be used to expand your subject, and out of this 22, here we will take only 2. Just see how we can expand the subject. Now subject is people. The pre-modifier is many in different parts of the world. That is the prepositional phrase. What does it mean? A phrase which begins with a preposition, that is a prepositional phrase. When you write a head in a sentence next time, just feel yourself that whether you can expand the subject using pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. When you do it, what you do actually, you are having more words in your essays. You can have 5 paragraphs in your essay. You can give more clarity to your sentences. You can make your examiner feel that you are something in English. Do you feel that you can? Good. Out of 22, the first method to expand your subject is using prepositional phrase. Using prepositional phrase. Okay, we can have some more example. Doctor, the doctor, there is a pre-modifier. What can be the pre-modifiers? Here we don't discuss it. I don't teach you pre-modifier in detail, but feel that you can use pre-modifiers just before your head, and in the coming video I am describing what can be the pre-modifiers. Here only we are discussing post-modifiers. We have 22, and out of 22, one is prepositional phrase. Anyway, let's see. The doctor for the surgery. Yes, the doctor for the surgery. Again, for is a preposition, so that it is a prepositional phrase. The doctor for the surgery. After writing the subjects, you can add verb and object. Here we don't teach you all these. Next is youngsters. The youngsters at the bus stop. The youngsters at the bus stop. Teacher, his teacher from my college. His teacher from my college. Drivers, drunken drivers with the poor eyesight. Dogs, stray dogs on the roads. Stray dogs on the roads. What you see after the head. Post-modifiers, and all post-modifiers on the screen are prepositional phrases. What you see before the head is pre-modifier, and here itself you can have a different pre-modifiers. Here stray, it's an adjective. Drunken is a third form of the verb. Da is an article. His is a possessive pronoun. So there are many pre-modifiers. It will be taught later. Okay? Now you got an idea how to expand your subject using prepositional phrases. Right. One more method. Okay. Here again, pre-modifier, head, post-modifier. Before it was the prepositional phrase. Here it is an ing clause. What do you mean by ing clause? A clause is a part of a sentence. Ing clause means it begins with an ing form. So after the head, you have to just start it with an ing form. Then only it would be an ing clause. Just see. Again, the doctor examining the patient. It is happening now. The doctor examining the patient will come out after some time. The doctor examining the patient will meet you after some time. To have a completion with the verb and object, we can say the doctor examining the patient will meet you after some time. Okay? Next is youngsters. The youngsters surfing internet are involving in violent crimes nowadays. His teacher talking to my brother. His teacher. Whose teacher? His teacher. What does he do now? Talking to my brother. Next is drivers, drunken drivers violating rules. The drivers who all are violating rules. Stray dogs wandering here and there. Wandering is an ing form, and we have here and there, so it becomes an ing clause, and here the post modifier is ing clause, and when you add such clauses just after a head, it is called the post modifiers, and you have beautifully expanded your subject using post modifiers. Okay, can we move to the next slide? Here I am going to just show you how you should be in expanding a subject. Here we have a simple sentence, and the sentence is in a simple past tense, uncle killed the tiger. Here I have added a pre-modifier, added one more. Now there are two pre-modifiers, my maternal. Now we have a pre-modifier and post-modifier, my maternal, that is pre-modifier, uncle, that is the head of the sentence, working in Dubai. Here a sentence which has 4 words becomes a sentence which has more than 50 words. How beautiful it is. Maybe in the real game or in the real life, you may not expand using this much words. But just you can read it. Here the pre-modifiers are my maternal. Again we have a post-modifiers, working in a reputed heart bypass surgery hospital. That is a ing clause. Again with that we have added a prepositional phrase, with my younger brother in the UAE. That is a prepositional phrase. Then we have added a WH clause, where the world's tallest building called Burj Khalifa is situated. Now there is one more from the 22, that is WH clause, but I haven't taught you that. I have taught you only prepositional phrase and ing clause. Then next is the verb killed the giant tiger. The tiger is the object. Before the object we have added pre-modifiers, the giant. Giant is an adjective, the is an article or determiner. After that again a WH clause, which used to be seen on the sandy hill. Again an ing clause, lying near the children's park. Again we have a WH clause, where we sit and talk. One more WH clause at the end, that is when we get free time. A simple sentence becomes a sentence has 6 lines. This is the sentence we had before. After modifying, you have a big sentence on the screen now. I told you, I am not teaching all these things. It can be done either by our online class or the direct class that I conduct in my academy. Okay. What about verb patterns? It's very, very, very important. Have you heard of it? No one has taught you what could be the verb patterns. I don't understand how can you have 7 without knowing what are the verb patterns. Let's see what can be the verb patterns. SV, subject plus verb. SVOD, subject, verb, direct object. SVC, subject, verb, complement. SVOIOD, subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. SVA, subject, verb, adverbial. SVODA, subject, verb, direct object, adverbial. SVODC, subject, verb, direct object, complement. SVOI, subject, verb, indirect object. These are the 8 common verb patterns in English. We have around 42 verb patterns, but other patterns are not discussing here. Once you understand these patterns well, other patterns would be so simple. It is my guarantee. Okay. When you understand how to use these verb patterns, you can use not only in your writing, but also in your speaking. More importantly, I can say you can use it in your reading. Where you can't get the meaning of a sentence when you read a passage in your reading module, because you don't know these verb patterns. So if you can learn it here, definitely you can use it in writing, reading, speaking and listening. I'm not a person just leaving all this, just saying this. I am going to just teach you now one verb pattern. Seeing the term, sometimes it may make a confusion in you. Once you know one pattern, definitely it will make you have interest to learn other patterns. You are going to just see a wonderful teaching method designed by me. Just to experience it. Here what you see on the screen, the subject area. The subject can be expanded using 2 things. First one is pre-modifier, second one is post-modifier. I have taught you all this just back. Next is verb. When you think of a verb, we have to have 2, the verb and its auxiliary, object indirect and object direct. Here, and what should be the direct object? It's already given after the object WH infinitive clause. It doesn't mean that you can use only WH infinitive clause here. You can use WH clause there. You can use that clause there. If you want, you can use perfect infinitive clause. Okay, many things are there. You will be taught all these things in our real class. Okay. Here, as an example, we take WH infinitive clause. What does it mean? How you can make a WH infinitive clause? When you think of WH, which words should come to your mind? The question word begins with W or H. What, when, how, where, who, such words should come to your mind. And how you can make a WH infinitive clause, I will show you that now. Here we have formed one using what, and next one it can be with the when to verb base form, when to come, when to go, when to do it, when to teach it, when to inform you. Such a way you can make a WH infinitive clause. Where to stay, where to come, where to keep, where to go, where to study. So these are called WH infinitive clause. How to go to town, how to do it, how to wash it, how to operate it, such a way you can make. Who to contact, who to teach, who to inform, who to invite, who to call, who to help. Many base form of the verbs can be used to just expand this infinitive clause. Which to select, which to buy, such a way you can make a WH infinitive clause. Here we have subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. Okay, that means SVOI, OD. Just back, I have shown you 8 verb patterns. Among them we have taken one, that is subject, verb, indirect object, direct object. Here what can be placed as direct object? It's already given in the box, that is WH infinitive clause. Again I would say it doesn't mean that only you can place a WH infinitive clause. In the real class, I will be teaching you what can be used as indirect object and what can be used as direct object. Okay, fine. We can go ahead. We can just move to the sentence making. Just we can make the sentence using this verb pattern. You know how to expand your head by using pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. The doctor here. Then we have to have auxiliary and verb. Will tell. The doctor here will tell you, that is indirect object. The next is direct object. Here it is WH infinitive clause. Can you read it again? The doctor here will tell you what to do next. What a beautiful sentence you have created. This is what grammar. This is what grammar, my dear friends. Not only this, you have to learn other 8 patterns. Okay, like this. Here I am giving you only one. Okay, next is friend. My friend abroad can teach him how to get band 7. My friend abroad can teach him how to get band 7. Next is brother, her brother in Dubai. Here again it is a prepositional phrase. Has informed her when to contact the manager. Her brother in Dubai has informed her when to contact the manager. This is what the real grammar. Subject expansion using pre-modifiers and using post-modifiers. Then, learning the verb phrases SVIIOD. Right. Anyway, we can move to the next one. It's very clear. She asked me. This is what you might have been taught in your grammar class. Okay, it's a sentence which belongs to simple past tense, and this is what you might have been taught. But here, how we teach you, you can just experience it. Alright, now where to keep those things? Okay, fine. Students in the shop are deciding. Students in the shop are deciding which to select from this. I don't know how many of you have got it clearly. If you want to have more ideas about these 42 word patterns, you can contact us. To learn SVOIOD, I have taken only 5 minutes, so that how long do you need to complete all these verb patterns? Just you can imagine. And you got a clear idea about this verb pattern. Okay, especially this verb pattern. I have reminded Tom who to meet in the bank. Now you have 6 sentences on the screen which developed using pre-modifier, post-modifier in the subject area, and in the object area we have 2 objects. One is indirect, one is direct, and the direct here it is WH infinitive clause. Okay, can we move?
British virus corrupting the band scores which are below 7. First floor, Golden Blossom, TP Junction, Manipura Road, Gamali.
We have the first sentence again on the screen. What made me to give you this first sentence again on the screen? When you think of a sentence, if you want, you can write that sentence in simple sentence, or you can write it in compound sentence or complex sentence. And one more is there, that is compound complex sentence. When you comes to the verb, that's what really gives the meaning. The verb is the heart of a sentence. In this particular sentence we have 2 ideas. As it is a compound sentence, it has 2 ideas. What is compound sentence? It will be told later, don't bother about it. Okay, 2 ideas, and these ideas from different groups. And do you know how many ideas we have in English? Or do you know how many ideas you should include in your writing? If you are lacking all these, I don't think that your essay would be fair enough to get band 7. So it is very essential to know how many ideas we have in English. I would say that there are 4 ideas we have in English, 3 plus 1. You should include these 4 ideas in your essay if you are aiming at band 7. Which are those ideas? Do, be, have, there be. There be is just same as be. Why we have given it as 2 means both are using in a different way. Both are used to convey different feelings. That's why we have separated it, and altogether we have 4. In the first sentence of the essay, we have 2 sentences, as it's a compound sentence. So 2 ideas we have. One is from B group, and the second one is had. This verb is from the family have. Anyway, when you come to us, we will make it clear. I told you, I am limited as I cannot talk much on this video, because it is just for making you understand what you are lacking, and it is not for teaching you anything. Okay, just we can see how my student has incorporated the ideas in her essay, so that we can have her paragraphs again here. In the first sentence, that is a be idea, then have, then be again, then be again, then be, again be, have been. Though there is have with the been, it is from be idea. So why there is have, you must know. I can beautifully teach you why there is have. Actually, have is from a different family, but here the have is with the been. Then again, have and had together, it is from the family have. Again be, again habituate, that is from to. Again to contains, can be resolved, it is in passive voice, but the idea is from do family. Being again be, should be eaten, again do, it is from do ideas, and you should know why there is be in do idea. First body paragraph again, how become do again follows, there has been, it is from the family there be. Again do, consuming, that is from do, gain, again do, be, could be, called, it is from do family. Have, do, is, that is from be group. Consuming, it is from do group. Contains, that is from do group. Would have, it is from have group. Be again, being, can be, again it is from be group. Increasing, being admitted, it is from the family do. is considered. Again, family do might have been. It is from family B. Now you can feel why this essay is considered to be a good one. She has used not only do, not only be, she has used all 4 ideas in her written essay, in her essay. That's why it seems to be beautiful. Z, do you know these ideas? Have you been taught these ideas? So please try to understand these ideas. What about the tenses used in this essay? What you see on the screen is the first body paragraph of that essay, and a sentence is highlighted on the screen. People have become heavy and unhealthy. Do you know which tense does this sentence belong to? There are 12 tenses, and do you know which tense does this sentence belong to? Present perfect tense. You're right. Good. Do you know when to use present perfect tense? It's a beautiful tense. Question is, are you confident enough to use all tenses which are considered to be the backbone of the language? The backbone of the language, if you ask me, I would say undoubtedly that is tense. So we have 12 tenses, and some tenses are not common in essays. You can just skip it, don't need to learn it, but other tenses are very, very important, and you must know, just like I love you. When you say I love you, or when someone says I love you, you may not have any confusion in the meaning, because it is so strong in your brain. Just back I have told you there are 4 ideas, and in each idea we have tenses, many tenses. And now what you see on the screen is the tenses from do family, and I hope you know these tenses. If you don't know how to use these tenses, you can ask for the videos of tenses. Okay, now on the screen you have the tenses of B. Many of you don't know how to use these beautiful tenses in your writing and speaking. In our first introduction paragraph, there is a sentence: people have been diabetic and have had high blood pressure. Have been diabetic. That particular sentence has formed using one of the tenses from the family B. Here is the tense, have been. Many of you don't know the group B. You may not be able to use that tense. Here I am hiding some of the tense forms because we don't use those tense forms in writing and speaking. So we have shaded it. Now there is a sentence on the screen. Environmental issues have always been an international problem. In this sentence we have been. See, where is have been? You can see have been here. If you want to use such expressions in your writing and speaking, so that you must know the group B. Do you know meaning of this sentence? If you don't know the meaning of this sentence, that means you don't know these tenses. Okay. One more example I can give you. Some people who have been in prison. Who have been. Again there is have been. Do you know why there is been? Do you know why there is have? You don't know. If you don't know, how can you use it? Right? Anyway, don't worry, I am with you. Now you have come to know that before writing the next essay, you have to learn all these, right? Again, we have family on the screen. I am hiding some tenses as they are not in use. So we have now 9 structures which belongs to this group. In our introduction paragraph, there was a sentence, have had high blood pressure. How we got have had? The answer is here. See, have had is here. If you know this tense beautifully, you can use such structures in your writing and in your speaking. So some of you have a doubt or confusion that should I learn all this, or should I use such patterns in my writing? There is a website called Ieltslist.com. She's a fantastic lady. If you want, you can go through her site. She has given an essay in her website. The essay can have band score 9. Just Google IELTS task 2 band 9 essay list. This much you have to type. you will just get this essay in front of you. And the first sentence of her essay you have on the screen now. Social networking sites, for instance, Facebook, are thought by some to have had a detrimental effect on individual people as well as society and local communities. See the have had, she has used a have had. So the have had is here. So when you learn this structure in the group of have, you can also use such a structures in your writing. When you continue reading the same essay given by Liz, there is again has had, media has had. Yes, here is has had. Yes, has had is here. Here the subject is he, but here the subject is media. Continue reading in the same essay. In the last paragraph, in the conclusion paragraph again, the negative statement of this structure, have not had. What a beautiful construction it is. Why these words have used together? What does how do there and what does had do there? Do you know it? Come to me. I will teach you beautifully within no time. Maybe seeing all these you may think that it will take much time, but within no time I can teach you all this. Sure. If you don't believe me, text to me. I will send you another video which deals with the have had and which deals with the how been, which deals with the there has been, there have been. Any doubts you have, please contact us. I will be at your doorstep. Don't worry. Again, the last group, that is there be, there was, there were, there are, there is, there will be, there had been, there have been, there has been, there will have been. Again, you would have a doubt, should I learn these tense too? What you see on the screen, I have taken from website, that's why you see some portion of advertisement on the screen. Anyway, here you have a body paragraph of an essay. First of all, no one can deny that according to recent figures, there has been an increase. There has been. Yes, we have that pattern is here. There has been. You must know why there is has. You must know why there is been. Understand the function of the been. Understand the function of has, so that no one can defeat you. Okay? There has been. Now you know the importance of it. It's a question. The question itself you have there have been or there has been. See? In the last 20 years, there have been significant developments in the field of information technology. This video really made you understand why you were not given 7 or above. When you think of these 4 groups, you must know the forms of the verbs. In do we have 2 types of verbs, regular and irregular. Comes to be, yes, only limited verb forms it has. Again have, limited forms. For there be, we have only limited forms of verbs. In the case of do, we have 2 categories. One is regular and second one is irregular. Okay? To know much about it, see the particular video which describes the forms of verbs. Okay. I don't know whether you have got bored or not. Are you still energetic? Great. Just back I have told you, tenses are the backbone of English language. So here I am going to teach you one tense. There are 12 tenses. Among them, you are going to be taught one. That is simple present tense. It has many usages, but on this video, I am not able to give you the entire usages of this simple present. We have other videos on tense. How do you understand the structure is in simple present tense? Check the auxiliary. If it is do or does, you can say that the sentence is in simple present tense. That sentence belongs to simple present tense. That means the heroes of this tense are do and does. Do or does is used to denote an action that's seen as a repeated action or habit in the present at the time of speaking. I am going to show you graphic presentation. I hope that can make you understand it well. On the screen there is a time frame, a green bar you can see mentioning the day and date. That is Sunday. Date is also given 1st of January. Why I have given this particular day and date? maybe when you see it, it may not be on Sunday, it may not be on the day or date given. So that you have to feel today is Sunday, 1st of January, right? No matter what day today is, but feel that today is Sunday. Just after Sunday, what we have future. Yes, future. It is clear that after Sunday, you have Monday. That is in future. That is in future. After Monday, Tuesday, 4th of Jan, that is Wednesday, 5th of Jan, Thursday, Saturday, that is 7th of Jan, and again Sunday, that is 8th of Jan, because we don't have enough space to mention all the future days and dates here. You can just understand that. And before the present, we have past. So what can be just before Sunday, that is Saturday, 31st of December, 30th of December, fine. Okay, 26th of December, that's Monday. That means 25th of December, that would be Sunday. Okay, when you say in the present about a past action, you would say played. Again you played, because, okay, Monday you played, on Tuesday, again you repeated on Wednesday, repeated on Thursday, repeated on Friday, repeated on Saturday. Today you are doing it, that is playing, right? And Monday you will play. Again you will repeat. Tuesday, repeat. It is just an example. You can use many actions like this. For example, went to church, going to church, will go to church, watch a movie, watching a movie, will watch a movie, such a way. See, that means you are repeating this action. It has become your habit. It doesn't mean that you have to play every day. So for example, if you didn't play on Wednesday, it doesn't affect this structure. You can still use this structure. I will show you the structure. And seeing this action as a repeated action, the dots given are represented. If you say I do play, that means the listener would see the action just like the dots. Amen. If you say to someone I do play, what does he understand? You just repeat the action play as the dots on the screen. And I told you, do can be hidden or ignored, so that you can say I play. If you say someone without the do also, they can feel that the action is repeated. Again, we have one more auxiliary, that is does. Okay, then for does we have he. For does we need singular subjects. The way we teach in the class, that's what you are understanding now. You must know what are plural subjects. You must know what are singular subjects, right? I cannot teach you all these things on this video. Anyway, you can say, I play, he plays. That means the action is repeated. In Malayalam, the meaning of do play and the meaning of does play, kalikkarunda, kalikkunnundu. Now you have some examples on the screen, which denotes your habit, the habit in the present. If you want to show how long is the interval between two actions, you can use these adverbs of frequency. If you repeat an action without an interval, to show that, you can use always with the do or does. And if you want to just increase the gap between both actions little more, you can use nearly always with the do does. To get more gap, usually as you go down, the gap increases, right? You can just feel from this presentation. See, rarely, that means between two actions there is much gap. Hardly ever. There is a long gap between, one action and other action. And never means zero. there is no action. It's a journey from always to never, right? When you have some examples, it will be so clear. He always smokes cigarettes, so between smoking there is no much gap. She nearly always calls me, but the gap is little more than always. We usually drink tea. Brahmins normally eat vegetables. His mobile phone frequently rings. I often go to town to buy groceries. If you use often instead of frequently, what it shows? The gap between two actions is more. My father sometimes helps my mother. Sometimes gives more gaps between actions than often. My brother occasionally consumes alcohol. My sister seldom watches Hindi movies. He rarely goes to his office. They hardly ever meet me at my workplace. I never hurt my parents. I don't hurt my parents. That's the meaning of that. Apart from those adverbs, you can use this also every day, every month, every year, once a month, twice a month, thrice a month, on Sundays, once a week, once a while, once in a blue moon. I go to Malaya tour every day. I go to Shabarimala every month. I go to Shabarimala every year. I go to Malaya tour once a month. I go to Malaya tour thrice a month. I go to Makkah every year. He goes to Malaya tour once in a blue moon. He goes to Shabarimala thrice a month. He goes to Makkah once a month. Now you learned a tense, and in the beginning I have taught you how to expand the subject using pre-modifier and post-modifier. After that I taught you a pattern that is subject verb OA-OD. Here we have a one more verb phrase that is subject verb O adverbial, that is SVOA. Among those verb phrases we have SVOA. Before I taught you SVOA-OD, but here it is SVOA. We have formed two sentences using simple present tense, that is above, that is at the top you can see I play, he plays. When you take these sentences to SVOA, how would it be? This is what we are going to see now. I comes to be under head. I comes to the box. I just came to the box. Then play. It has decorated the position of verb. And again just before the auxiliary, the hidden auxiliary, and the object, and the adverbial. I have given you adverbs of frequency. Can you read it? I play cricket once a week. The second sentence, he again in the box of heads, plays, that is the verb, does, that is the auxiliary, football sometimes. He plays football sometimes. Now you have understood the value of verb phrases, right? SVOA. It doesn't mean that you can use only adverbs of frequency. SVOA in detail, I will teach you what can be used as adverbial elements. Now as subject we have I and he, but you know how to expand it, right? Already I taught you. So use those tricks and tips to just expand the subject. Here we have uncle. Please expand it. His uncle living in America. What is his habit? To denote habit, we have to have do or does, and uncle is singular, so we need does. What does he do? Calls. That means does is hidden. Raju every day. Using subject expansion tips and tricks, we have developed his uncle living in America. And considering SVOA, we developed an adverbial element using adverbs of frequency, that is here every day. Read it. His uncle living in America calls Raju every day. He is repeating it. Brother, working in Dubai, meets again does hidden, again does that is hidden, him once a month. One more example, friends, our friends waiting outside. Visit, do. The subject is friends, that is plural, so that do us every year. So you go tonight about it. This is what I can teach you just using this limited time. Now the meaning of do does you can learn. Just see. If you want to have vilikkarunda, if you want to say vilikkarunda, you should have an auxiliary to form it. That is do call, vilikkarunda. Then the subject is I and the object is her. At the bottom you can see the complete sentence, I do call her. Do can be hidden. It can be behind call. That's why you can't see do now. Where is do now? It is just behind call. If it is a singular subject, we need does, but meaning is same. He is a singular subject. He does call her. Does can be hidden. When you hide does, it is not just like do. You need to add a S form. We are going to see that. Does is going to be hidden behind call. Call receives an S. In the case of do, nothing should be added. But when you hide does, the verb should end with the S. Here the sentence is he calls her. To get vilikkunnunda, we have the same. We don't have a separate auxiliary. Again, vilikkunnu. For these three expressions, vilikkarunda, vilikkunnunda, vilikkunnu, we don't have separate auxiliaries. We have to use do or does. What about passive voice? You know how to just change active voice into passive voice. Here I don't explain what is passive voice, but using a graphic presentation, just you can learn how you can change a sentence which is in simple present into its passive form. You got an idea about it? If you don't understand me, please call me or please send messages to me or visit our academy. But here, as the time is running out, I am stopping. Thank you for your valuable time. I hope by knowing all these, when you write next time, you will be getting a band score 7. Do you have any doubt? I hope you don't have. So I am just stopping for a while and I come back with other videos. Thank you.